CQ RAYNET, CQ RAYNET. This is Golf 4, November Romeo Charlie. Today operated by Guy, Mike 0, Golf Uniform Yankee, serving as net controller for the RAYNET weekly activity net. This net meets each Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. local and is open to all RAYNET UK operators. The primary purpose of this net is to provide the opportunity for members to test equipment, exchange traffic, news, opinions and information. Additional information and announcements are available on the RAYNET website, which can be found at raynet-uk.net. This is a directed net, which means all calls are to be made to the net control station unless directed otherwise. All amateur operators are invited and encouraged to call into the net. When checking into the net, please announce your call sign slowly and phonetically, followed by your name and whether or not you have any traffic for the net. If you do not wish to have an over, then please say in and out. After a few check-ins, the net controller will pause and review the check-in list. If your check-in has not been acknowledged, then please try again. We will now start by taking check-ins to the RAYNET weekly activity net. Calls will be taken in call sign number order. So we'll start off with an 8. So any station wishing to call in with a figure 8 in their call sign, please do so now. This is G4 NRC. Golf 8 Echo Yankee. Name is Mike.
Golf 8 Sierra Delta Uniform. Name's Bob. And in and out, Guy.
This is G4 NRC. We have G8EEY, Mike, and G8SDU, Bob. Good afternoon to you two. Bob, I see you in and out. Mike, you're staying with us. Let's move down to the 7s. Anybody with a figure 7 in their call sign wishing to join the weekly activity, please call now. This is G4 NRC.
Golf 7 November Echo Hotel, G7LEH, Graham.
Mike 7 Alpha Victor Oscar. Dave. Good afternoon, gang.
Mike 7 Charlie Bravo X-Ray. Chris, in and out.
This is G4 NRC. Okay, in that flurry we have Graham, G7NEH, who is also live streaming. So thank you for doing that, Graham. We have M7AVO Dave, who's coming in through WiseF, I believe. So excellent. That's nice to see that that link is also working. And Chris, Mike 7 Charlie Bravo X-Ray as well. And not sure what's happening there. Lost the link briefly. Okay, moving down to the 6s. Any call sign with a figure 6 wishing to join the weekly activity net, please do so now. This is G4 NRC.
Golf 6 Papa Delta Echo. Chris, in and out, please, Guy.
Yankee India, Planet RAYNET, in and out please, Guy.
This is G4 NRC. We have Chris, Golf 6, Papa Delta Echo, and Mike 6, November Yankee India, Alan, both in and out. Thank you very much, guys. We'll move down to the fives. Anybody with a figure 5 in their call sign wishing to join the weekly activity net, please call now. This is G4 NRC. No fives, so we shall move down to the fours. Any station with a figure 4 in their call sign, please call now. This is G4 NRC. G4 NRC, G4 KUJ.
G4 ISN, Leicester rate. Just on Fusion this week, in and out.
Okay, it's G4 NRC. We have G4 KUJ, Trevor, who's wonderfully scribing for me. It's great to see these texts coming up straight up as you type. And Andy G4 ISN, who's in and out. Thank you very much. Move down to the threes. Any station with a figure 3 in their call sign, please call now. This is G4 NRC.
Golf 3, Zulu Hotel X-Ray, Ian.
G4 NRC. Thank you, Ian. G3 ZHX. Welcome. And we'll move down to the twos. Any station with a 2 that includes the intermediates, please call now. This is G4 NRC. Nothing heard, nothing heard. So we'll move down to the ones. Any station with a figure 1 in their call sign, please call now. This is G4 NRC.
Golf Mike 1, X-Ray Echo Alpha, Peter in Aberdeen. Over.
This is G4 NRC. Welcome, Peter. Golf Mike 1, X-Ray Echo Alpha. Good to hear you on this afternoon. Before we go down to the zeros, are there any station that has missed their call slots that wishes to join the net? So this is all stations from 8 down to 1 who might have missed their slots and wish to join the activity net. Please call now. This is G4 NRC. Okay, nothing heard, nothing heard. So we shall move down to the pile that is the zeros. And we'll start off with the Mike zeros. So any station with Mike 0 wishing to join the weekly activity net, please do so now. This is G4 NRC.
Mike 0 Juliet Sierra Alpha in
Mike 0, Mike Foxtrot, Sierra, Drew, West Devon, in and out, please, Guy.
Mike 0 Whiskey X-Ray Golf, Shirley in Cornwall, in and out. Thank you.
Mike 0 India Tango Mike, Andy in Cornwall, using Shirley's radio at the moment. In and out, thank you, Guy. And Guy and Ian, give you your help and advice this morning. Unfortunately, I haven't quite nailed it, so work is still in progress with the sick radio. But thank you anyway, and thank you for running the nets. Over.
G4 NRC. Excellent. Okay, we had a big flurry there. So we have Alan, Mike 0, Juliet Sierra Alpha, Drew, Mike 0, Mike Fox Sierra, who's in and out, and Shirley and Andy, M0 Whiskey X-Ray Golf, and Mike 0 India Tango Mike, both in and out. Sorry to hear, Andy, you're still having issues with your radio. Maybe we can get together after the net or later on and try and sort that out for you. We'll make sure we get you sorted. No problems at all. Okay, let's move down to the Golf Zeros. Any station Golf Zero wishing to join the RAYNET weekly activity, please do so now. This is G4 NRC.
Golf Whiskey 0, Juliet Lima X-Ray. Name is Andy, RAYNET Pembrokeshire. Good afternoon, Guy. No traffic today, so in and out, please. Over.
This is G4 NRC. Welcome, Andy. Golf Whiskey Zulu, Golf Whiskey 0, Juliet Lima X-Ray, in and out. Thank you very much. Before we go to the international stations, are there any stations that have currently missed their slot that wish to join the weekly activity group? So any stations, any golf or mic or intermediate stations that have missed their call slots, please call now. This is G4 NRC. Nothing heard, nothing heard. Okay, let's go to the international stations. Any station international wishes to join the weekly activity group, please call now. This is G4 NRC.
Lima Alpha 6 India Mike, name is Hans, in and out.
Echo India 5, India Echo Bravo, name's Tom here in Dublin. No traffic for me, guys, so in and out.
This is G4 NRC. Good afternoon, Hans. Lima Alpha 6, India Mike. Yep, I was expecting you on. We spoke earlier, so good to hear you, in and out. And Tom, Echo India 5, India Echo Bravo, also in and out. Welcome. Okay, that gives us a total of 18 stations checked in. Well, 19 if you count me. So it's a good number for a Sunday afternoon. So welcome, everybody. As I said earlier, the net today is again being streamed live by Graham, G7NEH, on YouTube. So just go to YouTube and search for G7NEH, and it will pop right up. I'm watching it at the moment, so I can see I'm getting through. I think I won't steal Graham's thunder. He can give the details of watches and so forth when your round is on. For news this week, the storm forecast for last week was supposed to be named Storm Anthony, but was eventually christened by the French as Storm Noah. Hopefully didn't affect too many people with their antennas. Just added a little extra surfing swell for my son down in Croyd, but otherwise I think we got away with it rather nicely. Another reminder that this week we have the test emergency SMS system, which is going to be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the 23rd of April. Obviously, listen out for that if you have that. I was made aware that some people may prefer not to have that alert come out if they have hidden radios for domestic violence and the like, and there are facilities to disable that alert in iOS and Android. I'm not sure about other devices, but if you do need to silence it, there are options. Otherwise, make sure your phone is turned off for that duration, and that's just actually powered off, not just set to quiet. Silencing it, muting it will not mute this alert. It is going to make a noise. So great opportunity for checking to see who has phones if they have them. But otherwise, if you do not wish to hear it, then make some notifications for that now. Okay, and then the final news is thinking about the phasing out of 3G phone signals, which is happening over the next few months. Some groups keep as pay-as-you-go phone in their control vehicles and the like, and it might be a good opportunity to verify that those are actually 4G capable or 5G capable devices. 5G being less so beneficial given the short range of those devices, but might be worth checking those devices are going to still function when the 3G SIMs get switched off. Okay, that's it for the news. So let's start at the top of the list and hear what everybody else has been up to. And we'll start off with Mike, Golf 8 Echo Echo Yankee. This is G4 NRC.
G4 NRC from G8 EEY. Yes, all noted, Guy. Weather in this part of the world is 14 centigrade, 1,026 millibars, 68% relative humidity, 34% cloud cover, and a mild 3 miles an hour wind from roughly east. So it's actually quite a pleasant day. Yeah, I'll be running 2 phones, one on 3G, one on 4G, I think. One will be turned on, one will be turned off, just to see what happens next week. In Norfolk, 4G is what I would call average availability. 5G is limited availability. Yeah, there's going to be an awful lot of phones coming up on the surplus market, I think, or going into landfill or whatever when 3G goes away. It's one of the main communication method in this part of the world, but we shall see. From G8 EEY, over.
G8 EEY, G4 NRC, thank you. Yes, all noted. Yes, it's going to be interesting how much ends up in landfill from the 3G discontinuation. I suspect some will be sold off to third worlds and hope to get usage over there. At least that would be a hope that we shall have to see. And I suspect it's going to catch a few people out, despite the fact we all know it's going down. But I suspect quite a few people will have got old phones that they're just using and will discover that they don't work when they want them to. And that's going to be interesting. Okay, and next down to Graham, Golf 7, November Echo Hotel, G7 NEH. This is G4 NRC.
G4 NRC.
For NRC, G7NEH. Just check up.
G4NRC, G78, sorry about that. Wasn't getting into the repeater for some reason. Yeah, good afternoon all, and thanks for doing the net this afternoon, Guy. The figures on last week's net where we had 35 views in total throughout the week, and about 2 likes. So that's about normal, really. We seem to be getting that most weeks. And today's viewing figures, just looking on the analytics on Google, we've had a concurrent viewers at 8. So yeah, that's great, and there we go. 3 likes. So that's good to know. Not a lot to report this end. Not been doing a lot radio-wise this week. I've been busy with family issues. So there we go. Don't need to bring us in the next round, Guy, but I obviously will stay listening, and the stream will still be going till the end. So back to you. G4NRC, G7NEH.
G7NEH, G4NRC. Thank you, Graham. Thank you for running the live stream. It is much appreciated. I like it to quickly catch up when I have missed the net, so it's always good to scrub through that and listen in, get the news. That's good. Oh, sorry, just lost the link there myself. We had a break station, Golf Zero Charlie Foxtrot Bravo. Do you want to join the net, or do you have emergency traffic to pass? Over. G0CFB, G0CFB. This is G4NRC. Are you joining the net? In which case I'll schedule you later on, or do you have traffic to pass? Over. Nothing heard. I'll bring you in later on at the end of this round and see if you're back in. Okay, next down is Dave M7AVO, Mike 7 Alpha Victor Oscar. This is G4NRC.
G4NRC, Mike 7 Alpha Victor Oscar. Yeah, good afternoon, Guy. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, you're right. Just I am coming in through the Fusion using a little Yaesu FT70B, which I picked up recently. Every time I use it, I'm liking it a lot more. It's a nice, handy, easy to use little dual band handheld. And just waiting for the drop-in charger to arrive that has been on order. It just to speed up the charging time, as the plug-in charger is painfully slow. So not a great deal to have this end, Guy. Been fairly quiet, and I shall catch you on the next round. Mike 7 Alpha Victor Oscar.
Mike 7 Alpha Victor Oscar, G4NRC. Yep, I all understood. I like that little radio. I have the FT5D Yaesu as well, and that's a nice little radio. I also note that it will take 12 volts to charge, so I have a little cable that goes to Anderson power poles, and then I can charge that off all my other rig cables and batteries and things. Doesn't seem to take too long off that at 12 volts, so that's a little strange if you're saying yours takes a long time to charge, but maybe the drop-in charge will be quicker. Good luck with that. Okay, next we move down to Trevor, G4KUJ. This is G4NRC.
G4NRC, and the group G4KUJ. Good afternoon to everybody. All good signals here, obviously, through the system. Excuse me. Some comments. Mike EY, I've got your email, and I need to go digging in an old computer to perhaps find some information that you've requested, but I'm sure I can find something and either pop that in an email to you and or give you a call on the phone. The 3G phasing out. It's also relevant for the emergency SMS test next Sunday. That only will be receivable on 4G and 5G systems. It's only being broadcast on that. Dave, FT70 sounds nice. I've got one as well. It's was my first fusion radio, and I've been very pleased with it. And it works brilliantly on FM as well. And finally, on the FT70, I don't know, those members who have got Radcom this month may have seen that there's an article there of a review of a hotspot and its use with an FT70. And Peter, GM1XEA, I popped you an email during the week as well. So that's a lot from me in a short time, I hope. G4NRC, G4KUJ, also through Fusion.
G4KUJ, G4NRC. Thank you, Trevor, and thank you very much for logging for me today. That takes a little bit off my fat fingers to see somebody else typing. Yes, I did see the article in Radcom for the hotspots, which I read with interest right up until I saw the price tag for that hotspot. I think it's criminally expensive. As I've shown many times, you can actually build hotspots for about £50–60 these days. So to charge £270 for one is, in my view, excessive. But there we go. I guess amateurs are pay for it deep pockets. Anyway, moving on, let's move down to Ian G3ZHX. G3ZHX, this is G4NRC.
G4NRC and the group, G3ZHX. Good afternoon to all. Yes, I agree that hotspot is sort of eye-watering expensive compared to what I paid for this one. But against that, I suppose it does have a pretty screen on it, which is not something you can throw at this. And apart from that, I don't really have a lot to contribute today, but I will continue round to the next round in case there's something worth commenting on. But until then, I shall go back to standby, G3ZHX.
G3ZHX, G4NRC. Okay, thank you, Ian. Let's move down to Peter. Golf Mike 1, X-Ray Echo Alpha. This is G4NRC.
G4NRC from Golf Mike 1, X-Ray Echo Alpha. Yes, it depends on how you view life, whether you move down to Peter or you move up to Peter. Geographically, it's up. Your log list is obviously down, and then railways, it's down as well. It's all confusing, isn't it? You can tell I've nothing much to report today. I've been away from home a lot. I did see your email, Trevor. I've got lots of other things going on. I'm really pushing my luck today because I'm logged on with my other hobby, and I've got my fingers crossed that it doesn't interrupt this net or the chicken pie that's cooking in the oven. It usually manages to awaken the airwave. I'm sure they've got kettle sensors in them. So nothing to report from Aberdeen. a pleasant day here. Children are out playing in the park at the back of me, so it must be nice. Back to you, Guy. Over.
Jim 1XEA and G4 NRC. Thank you very much, Peter. Nice to hear that it's a good day up there. Up there. There we go. All right, let's move along. I won't say down. Mike 0, Juliet Sierra Alpha. Mike 0, Juliet Sierra Alpha. Alan, this is G4 and I'll see.
Yeah, good afternoon, Guy. Thank you for stepping up today. I did actually say in and out because I'm not very well. I've been laid up since Easter Saturday with a gastric infection of some sort. Not pleasant. I'm actually sitting in the back garden. This is the first time I've been out since Easter Sunday. Easter Saturday, sorry. So I'm not up to love. I thought I'd listen to see what's going on. This other spot is quite expensive, but an FT5 diesel as well. I was wondering though, a question regarding playing the D-Star. Is there still a D-Star, or is there likely to ever be a D-Star link again to the server? Over?
M0JSA, G4 NRC. Yeah, well, sorry to hear you're not feeling 100%. Hope you're feeling better soon. Your audio is a little bit distorted, a bit muffled, but still understandable. I don't think we've ever had a link for RAYNET into D-Star at the moment. I certainly haven't set one up. In order to do D-Star, we'd need to do a codec conversion, which will require some physical hardware to do that, and licensing from D-Star or ICOM in order to do that, or buy the hardware from them. So I don't think it's something we're likely to, or it's not something I'm going to be able to sort out. And because we're now in the cloud, it makes it more interesting because we'd have to terminate that somewhere and bridge it and back out again. Could be something to think about. But there would be a cost associated and time and effort. But if there's an interest, we can certainly look into it. But it's not on the radar at the moment, I'm afraid. Okay, let's go down. We'll try Richard again, who was the break station. Golf 0, Charlie Foxtrot Bravo. Golf 0, Charlie Foxtrot Bravo. This is this is G4 NRC. G0 CFB, G0 CFB, this is G4 NRC. Are you receiving? Over. Nothing heard, so we will go round to the top of the list again for our second overs for those that are still around. There's only a few of us, so this should be a short round. Anybody with any other information, please contribute to this. We'll start off with Mike again, G8EEY, this is G4 NRC.
G4 NRC from G8EEY. No, nothing much further to add, but thanks to Trevor. I'll await his information if he's got any. That would be great. From G8EEY. Over.
Okay, thank you, Mike. And just running down the list. Dave, N7AVO. Mike 7, Alpha Victor Oscar. This is G4 NRC.
G4 NRC, Mike 7 Alpha Victor Oscar. Yeah, no, nothing more to add this end, Guy. I was just having a quick scoot through Radcom. I've probably picked the wrong one up, but there's a couple on the side here. So I'll have a look with interest at the world's most expensive hotspots and probably give it a miss. But thanks for running the net, and we'll catch up with everyone next weekend. Mike 7 Alpha Victor Oscar.
Mike 7 Alpha Victor Oscar, G4 NRC. Thank you very much, and have a good week, and we'll speak to you next week. Next, down to Trevor, G4 KUJ, G4 KUJ, G4 NRC.
G4 NRC, G4 KUJ. Yep, okay, everybody. Dave, the Radcom issue is the latest one. Mine dropped through the letterbox on Saturday, so it is the latest issue. Nothing further, I don't think. Just a question for you, Guy. Wonder if how you're getting on the QO100 front. Be interested to know that, and available to do some tests almost any time when you're ready. G4 NRC, G4 KUJ clear. Thanking you for running the net, and talk to you next week, all being well.
G4 KUJ. I was up on my roof this morning. I put the Helix transmitter antenna back in its rightful place, and then messed around with my Wi-Fi amp to get that in the right place, which is interesting because if you read the little sticker on the back, it tells you RF in is on the left and RF out is on the right. If you read the metalwork, it says RF out is on the left and RF in is on the right. So they're reversed. It's interesting. I might have to pop the lid off to see which way round it goes. To be on the sure side. I then hooked it up to my Hack RF SDR as a transmitter. Only to discover that SDR console does not do transmit through the Hack RF device, so then I have to fire up a different one, which is SDR Angel, which I've never even heard of before, but lo and behold, it does do transmit. It's a very complicated thing, but was able to get it to do transmit. Had it transmitting just on a little telescopic aerial on 144. Just to test to my ICOM 9700, and I could certainly see it. It was a very noisy signal transmitted, but it would do it. But anyway, yeah, hooked it up to the 4G, the Wi-Fi amp, but couldn't seem to make it open up the QO100. So obviously more work to do there. I've now found some circuits to make an up converter, so I might just build the up converter myself. We'll have to see. More play to be done, but unfortunately time is short at the moment. I haven't managed to fiddle that out. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, taking too much time. Moving down to Ian, G3 ZHX, D4 NRC.
G4 NRC in the group, G3ZHX. You might just as well have continued waffling on. Guys, sorry, perhaps I shouldn't have said waffling. It'll be better than my waffle at any rate. No, I've nothing further to add. Thank you for running the net, and thanks to Trevor for helping, and hope to be around next week for the next net. G3ZHX out.
G3ZHX, G4 NRC. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, well, I get told off for waffling too much. That's my day job. Got to keep it concise on this. Okay, down to up to Peter. Peter, up to you. G1 XEA. This is G4 NRC.
G4 NRC from GM1XEA. Maybe I've caused too much confusion. One final commercial, and finally bit. If anybody's going to the Blackpool show next weekend, do remember to say hello to the folks on the RAYNET stand. And I'll not be on next week, because hopefully by this time I shall be making my way back up Britain from Nordrec back home. I don't think folks on the train would be particularly interested in me talking to you all. And nothing more from this end, so yeah, thanks for running the net, Guy, and 73s to everybody who's listening. Over.
Yeah, 1XEA-G4NRC. Thank you, Peter, and safe travels. And yes, noted about the Blackpool meet. I don't think I'm going to make it for that, but hopefully others will. And well, you know, if you're on the train, you can always sit in the quiet carriage with your radio on. That's what everybody else seems to do with their mobile phones. So why be any different? All right, safe travels. 73s to you, and that is us done on the net for today. So thank you all stations for taking part in the net this week and taking time out of your busy schedules to participate. Be careful and have a good week. Enjoy your rest of the afternoon, evening, and until next Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. local, I will now close the RAYNET weekly activity net and return the net to normal operational use. 73s, this is G4NRC, now closing and reverting to my normal call sign of Mike 0, Golf Uniform Yankee. Good night.